The devastating July 4th flood took more than 100 lives in the Hill Country and washed away a summer destination for Texas families. In the days following the tragedy, many of you stepped up to donate to the Together for Texas campaign. Our parent company, Gray Media, and the Graham Media Group partnered with the Salvation Army for flood relief efforts in Kerr County. Nearly 2 months after our first trip there, we followed those dollars to see how your generosity is making a difference. The sounds of new beginnings echo through the Hill Country for miles in communities like Hunt. Welcome sounds of drilling and sanding for longtime business and homeowners Jack and Jennifer Hudson.
Putting it back together, it's important that we can do that and build it back stronger and better with a strong foundation, and then we'll build from there.
What they heard and experienced on July 4th was much different.
Oh my God, look at this, Jennifer. We can't go outside, look at this. Oh my God, look at this. Jennifer, let's go this way.
The couple escaped floodwaters through a window in their home built in the 1930s. They swam out with their 2 dogs, Zumi and George.
Oh my God, Jennifer, look at this.
Here's our little porch wall that we stood on. The water was like up to here. And Jack hung on to that pole with the big dog, and we were here for almost an hour.
Clinging to each other and the side of their home on their 31-year wedding anniversary.
I looked over at Jack and said, "Happy anniversary." And not the way we had planned to spend it, of course.
When the water finally receded, the Hudsons lost just about everything in their home and successful patio furniture business in Hunt. They did not have flood insurance. After all, they haven't needed it for decades. A quirky front office they call the Whimsy still stands on their property, bringing a smile to them and those who pass it. Neighbors and friends lost family members, pets, and property. A small rainstorm now triggers fear in survivor Whit Williams.
Makes me think about losing my cat and everything I had, back then, like my apartment and my old car and everything, The rain just makes me think about all that.
Whit is an employee at the Salvation Army's Kroc Center in Kerrville, the very organization that helped get him back on his feet with an RV and a car after the flood.
Everybody just came together, and so because of that, I have a RV in my name. I've never been a homeowner, but that's pretty cool,
Missing his cat Harley after the water swept her out of his arms, he now feeds strays at his new place. You're seeing what donations through the Together for Texas campaign continue to do for survivors through his eyes and the Hudsons.
Yeah, it's not a big place, but it's home, I like it, there's a little, place to sit down and eat, there's a bed. There's a bunk bed over back there if I ever need it.
So they've helped us out with money for tools, and that's going to get me back to making a living, and that's an amazing thing. But a lot of my machinery was damaged in the floods.
They helped me with the laptop, and I got a printer as well. And so, trying to get my office back going, and so appreciated, so appreciated.
As they say in the Salvation Army, hope is on the way. What's called the Wall of Hope remains on display here in downtown Kerrville, with tributes pouring in from around the world.
It's about the rebirth of Kerr County, and everybody coming together to make sure that everyone has the resources that they need, everyone has the support and the love and the comfort from other Texans.
Major Phil Swires and his colleague Sergio Marquez Lopez took us to the hardest hit areas where families are still in desperate need of their services, along with FEMA assistance. The air still thick with grief near Camp Mystic.
The devastation is so great. You just can't imagine not only the loss of a child, but you're just as a parent, you're not supposed to bury your kids. And that's just, I think it's correctly said, you know, we're here until every child is found, and that's the way it should be.
They're grateful for every donation to the Salvation Army as they try to stretch every dollar in this stage of recovery for survivors. Their canteen units were out in the community in the days immediately following the flood with food and water for families and first responders. Employees and volunteers also went to neighborhoods to assess other needs in a part of the state known for its beauty.
Who doesn't work all their life, you know, for the hope and the dream to, you know, have a home near water where they can just enjoy nature, you know, where their kids can put down the screens and the video games and just get out and fish or get on a kayak. And, you know, this is where people come to. And so, you know, while it's such wonderful summer memories for so many families enjoying time on the water, you know, for our community this summer, it was tragic.
You still see parts of people's lives here along the river. There you see bed sheets and other belongings scattered throughout the trees.
We stopped by one of 2 disaster recovery centers in Kerr County. This one is in Hunt, the other in Kerrville. We did not film inside to respect the privacy of the clients.
How are you? People can come and get assistance from them. We also have representatives that are Salvation Army representatives that are helping them with financial needs that they might need immediately. You know, and that's kind of where it shifted to now at this point. At first, there was first responders taking care of them, meals, water, beverages, all those things. Now we're doing kind of the immediate assistance, and then we're going to shift over and do the long-term recovery, where we come to the table as a funder and how do we take care of these people that need help with rebuilding or taking care of their home, their vehicle.
Survivors like the Hudsons and Witt are finding ways to smile and move forward with their community.
So life's a journey. It's a trip, you know? It's like you never know where you'll be tomorrow.
Our choice is to be focused on gratitude, because when you're in gratitude, you're in the flow of blessing. And those blessings have come to us from every direction. It is just awe-inspiring how much help has come to us. And, you know, like Salvation Army and like so many of the different agencies and churches.
And they can't say thank you enough to everyone who helped raise more than $1 million through the Together for Texas campaign.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I mean, we are, you know, one of your recipients, and it makes a difference.
It's just amazing the way people have responded, and, you know, certainly from the viewers that you have that have, you know, made our response possible. You know, we're more than grateful for that. So thank you.
Again, more than $1 million raised so far, and you can still donate to the ongoing efforts by scanning the QR code on your screen. The need is still great in the Hill Country.